Welcome to the Getting Unstuck podcast, where we dive into all things law of attraction, manifesting, and what is keeping you stuck in your current reality loop and how to turn it around. My name is Anya, and I am your host. The power of knowing what you want. Knowing what you want is very powerful. When you know what you want, you generate very specific energy vibrations, which will gain momentum and magnetize your desire. In this episode, I will go deeper into the importance of knowing what it is that you want to manifest. Sure, you may know about a lot of things that you want. A new house, a new car, heck, $1 million, thank you very much. And while these kinds of desires are valid desires, they are not magnetic and will therefore not show up in your physical reality. You may be saying or even shouting at me that these are things that you truly want. And I will believe you. But I will also say that based on the fact that they haven't shown up yet, that something isn't working. And you're here listening to this podcast. LOL. I love that you are here. I have had trouble manifesting the things that I want for years, until I have asked the questions, how do I manifest? Me, how do I, Anya, manifest? This has been a question that I have pondered for a long time until the answer started revealing itself to me. And the revelation was this. You need to know what you want. Really, truly want. It must be a passion that burns hot and specific. You need to know how it feels when you have it. How would it feel if you had that thing that you want right now? And you need to make that experience, that state of being, of feeling, so real that it truly feels like you have it right now, this very moment. Then you believe that it is already yours. You don't have to try because you know. You know it in your body and in your mind. You believe it is yours because it feels like it does and it's very real in your consciousness. And so this episode will focus on that knowingness, because throughout our life and every single day, there are things that we want. We scroll through social media and we are inundated by things that we desire, things that we are told that we should desire, things that if we had them would tell us that we are successful and that we are worth something. We desire to be those things, successful and worthy. So we buy into the ideal that is being sold to us and we agree into the desire that we should have. We get sold the dream of holidaying on some exotic island with cocktails in our hand and the crystal blue waters right in front of us. The one that is all-inclusive and exclusive. This is the sign of arriving, the sign that we have finally made it. But who is this dream for? Who is there to acknowledge you for arriving? Whose dream is this actually? Now, it may be that this truly is your dream and that it truly does mean something significant to you. I'm not trying to invalidate this dream, but what I am saying is this your dream? Is this something that you truly want, or is it something that has been sold to you to want? There's a difference. And it really isn't just about a holiday. This can be about anything in our daily life, such as a job, a house, a relationship, etc. And the question would remain, is this truly what you want? Or is this something that you've been led to believe that you should want? And that is the difference between your heart's desire and a mere wanting something. Your heart's desire is very powerful. It is magnetic once you activate it. And that is why it is valuable to differentiate between what you want and what your heart desires. Heart desires don't just come and go. They come, subtly or obviously, and you notice them. You pay attention to your heart's desire. It feels important. It feels special. It feels powerful. This is the desire that you want to pay attention to and get clarity about. Have you ever had such a desire that you are aware of it every day, where you have a burning desire that almost feels a bit like an obsession? Except this kind of obsession is a good one. It is an expansive one that will take you to the next level of yourself. You will know if you've ever had this kind of desire. It may have been that dream that you had as a young person, believing in your ability to have a certain thing and a certain life. And then the mundane life came and you got distracted by the daily tasks, the daily to-do lists and the life goals that you've been sold as the ones to achieve. So you put your childish dreams aside and get serious about the reality as you've come to understand it. Your heart's desires sprouted. They grew and then got shut down into the sunless box to wither and die, and you lose contact with the feeling of your heart's desire. You don't recognize the voice of your inner self anymore, and instead, you begin to trust and follow the dream of everyone else around you. But it just never feels like enough. It never feels fulfilling to you. There's always something missing. You just can't put your finger on it. That thing that is missing is your heart. Your heart's desire, your passion, and your truth. When you want to manifest the life of your dreams, the things you truly want, you have to know what it is that you want, what you truly, truly want. And this can take some time, because if you've had years of conditioning about what you should want and what you should focus on and spend your energy on, then it is tricky to tune back into your heart and your heart's desire. The voice of your heart is a soft one, but it is insistent. It is also the cause why your life may seem like it is in turmoil, because your head and your heart are not in agreement with what you want and what you should want. But your heart is your truth. Your heart knows. It knows the path to your greatest happiness, joy, and expansion. It knows the way that you can know yourself as the wonderful and powerful creator that you are. And it knows that this is the only way to fulfillment. You are the creator of your life, and as long as you let someone else be the creative force in your life, you will feel the urge for more, the longing for something else, and it will persist until you pay attention to it. This is the way to step into your greatness, to experience yourself as the creator that you are. And the first step is to get clear about what you want, what your heart's desire is. And if it's been a while since you've paid attention to your heart, then the best way to hear the voice of your heart is to get quiet and listen. Sitting your body down, closing your eyes, and allowing the energy within you to find its voice and make itself known to you. This is the voice of your inner self, the part of you that is connected to the universe and that knows everything about you. This is the bigger part of you that will guide you to where you want to go in ways that you can't even imagine, but ways that will surprise and delight you when they do come. So how does this work? It works by quietening your logical mind, that part of you that is constantly scanning your environment, looking for ways to do tasks more efficiently, more quickly, and then moving on to the next thing. It hardly ever stops, and it's always on the lookout for danger. And this part of us has been running the show for a very long time, and it won't go without a fight for your attention. And by going into stillness through meditation, you begin to send messages to the logical mind that it can relax and chill out for a bit. There's nothing to manage right here and now. And when it still wants to be involved and actively bring thoughts to your awareness, you can acknowledge it and thank it for the input. Write down anything that came to mind that you don't want to forget, and then get back to stillness. Get back into the place where the mind quietens and the heart is allowed to be heard. The heart speaks softly, gently, but persistently. And when you first start tuning into it, it can feel very strange and even a bit silly, because the heart's desire may be for something completely different to what you've been used to up to now. It may be that your heart is yearning for a cabin in the woods rather than the big mansion in the city. Or it may be that the heart is desiring a relationship that is loving, considerate, and supportive rather than the old traditional duty version that goes through the motions of doing what needs to be done rather than being cared for in the way that nourishes you. That is why the desire of your heart can cause your life to change in interesting and considerable ways. Because once you tune into your heart's desire and you allow it to take root and grow, your heart will bring a magnetizing force that has the power to literally change your entire life. It may feel like your reality is imploding and everything that you knew to be true and real is being stripped away and weeded out, and only your truth remains. This can be a difficult time, a time that feels uncertain, but it is a time when the power of your heart has come alive and is bringing the change necessary to make reality adjust to the truth of your heart, the truth that has to change your reality to bring it into alignment with you. But all is not as gloomy as this, because when you allow your heart's desire to take hold, you begin to live your life in a very different state of being. You begin to live as you were meant to, in your power and in your truth. Your life experience becomes one that allows you to know that you are powerful, that you are worthy, and that you are here to create, where you know that you can't get it wrong, where you know that everything around you is feedback, letting you know where your thoughts are at, reflecting back to you what kind of beingness you are being right now, and showing you the vibration of your energy and what it is magnetizing. This perception of instability and uncertainty in this time of transformation is not a reflection of your worth, of your deservedness, or of your punishment. Your energy state, your attention and your focus on what it is that you want are recreating your reality as you know it. Have courage. Muster your faith. This is the time to keep going. You have the power to change your focus. You have the power to change your energy. You have the power to change your life experience and your reality. And you do this by knowing what you want. What do you want? What does the truth of you desire? The truth of you will always desire the expansion of you, the growth of you. So when you have trouble deciding what it is that you want and whether or not it is your heart's desire, then use this as your compass. Your heart's desire, the inner part of you that is connected to the universe and the biggest part of you is your creator. And as the creator, you are here to create your life experiences. As a side note, you have been creating your life experience so far. You are constantly creating your life experiences every day. It may not feel like it because there may be a lot of things that are happening in your life that you don't want, but you're not actively choosing them. But you are creating. It's just that you've been creating by default and not on purpose. So now what, you may ask? How do you turn things around and manifest the things and the life that you want on purpose? You do it by deciding on what it is that you want. You notice what is capturing your attention, your focus, and sparks the desire to have, be, or do this thing. You have to let the desire for it percolate and to grow in intensity, and you have to play with the idea of your desire. By playing with your desire, you have to engage your imagination, the source of your creative power. Because the desire itself isn't enough to create momentum, but it is the start of it. When you sit with your desire and you let it unfold in your imagination, you begin to notice the various aspects of it that you really want and the parts that you don't really want. There are many variations to desires, and you have to become clear on what version you want before you can generate momentum for it. Let's use this as an example. You want to have a relationship. You've been single for a little while now, and you have decided that you want to share your life with someone. You want to make your single to be a couple. Life as a single person has been great, and you got to do whatever you want, finally. And you have enjoyed doing whatever you want, whenever you want. And now you've come to the stage where you are ready to share your life with someone again. But now you know better what it is that you do want and what it is that you don't want. You have clarity. This is a really good place to be in. By having a better idea of what you don't want, it helps to identify what you do want, and it highlights it. So then the question becomes, what do you want? Simply wanting a relationship isn't enough. Sure, it'll probably manifest a relationship for you, but if you are still in the energy of not wanting some aspects from your past relationship, then that is the energy that you will be manifesting from, and that is what will show up in your experience. And you will be annoyed, frustrated, and maybe even angry that these type of people keep showing up for you. So by spending time on what you do want, you are changing your energy vibration. If you think about the way you want to feel when you are in a loving relationship, and you imagine what it would be like to have the same sense of humor or share a particular interest with someone, how does that feel for you? You would probably feel really good about that. You would probably feel excited to go on trips together where you share the love of the outdoors. Or you would go to the comedy shows together and spend an evening laughing together and building fun memories. When you make the time to think about the things that make you happy in a relationship, and you think about the ways that you enjoy that aspect of being in a relationship, you give it energy. Where you put your focus on, you give your energy to. And what kind of energy you generate and vibrate at will determine what your manifestation will show up as. That is why it is so important to get clear about what you want, so that you can generate the feeling of having it and allow the momentum to grow and become magnetic. This magnetism will then bring it into your physical reality. But if you are unsure of what you want, when you only have a vague idea, then it often creates some strange manifestation that you don't actually want. It often looks like some strange amalgamation of what you don't want, of what you think is believable for you to have, and what you actually want. So to manifest what you want, you have to be clear about it. Remove the confusion around it. Identify what your heart really wants versus what you believe you should want. What you believe is possible for you versus what is actually possible for you. And anything is possible if you change your mind about it. It's really helpful to be aware of the limiting beliefs that you have around your desire, the but stories. When you really want something, but you don't believe it's possible for someone like you, or you aren't good enough to have it, or whatever else the opposing story is. The truth is, you can have the life of your dreams, the relationship of your heart's desire, the ideal job, the money that sets you free. All of this is available to you, but you have to tune into your heart's desire, because the heart is true and it will guide you to where you want to be. You're going to have to get really honest with yourself about what you want, what you believe about yourself and your desire, and identify the story that you have created about it all. Only then can you narrow down your desire and get clear about what is standing in your way. What opposing beliefs do you have about your dreams? What you believe is possible, and more importantly, what is possible for you? Take your focus away from the circumstances and reality around you. This is old news. This is past states of being that have manifested now. It isn't relevant anymore. You will need to focus on what you want. Make it your practice to get into the state of being that you would be when you have it. For example, what kind of person are you now that you are in the relationship of your dreams? Are you happy, content, in love, being loved? Do you feel validated and seen? Are you encouraged to be the best version of yourself, to go for your dreams? Do you feel like anything is possible? This state of being comes from being clear about what you want. It allows you to generate the feeling of it, the essence of the person who is in this beautiful relationship and who is living this wonderful life. You have to be that person now. You have to practice this state of being as often as you can until it feels like you already are that person who has this amazing relationship right now. It's already done. You have what you want right now. This is when it will show up. So don't stop practicing. Keep going and you will see your life transformed. It is possible.